there's nothing quite like a service member returning home. A great scene at BWI Thurgood Marshall Airport where soldiers return from overseas. Colonel Rob Jackie spent 6 months in Kuwait and enjoyed his homecoming along with fellow troops and volunteers of Operation Welcome Home Maryland.
Yeah, it's good to be back, see green, see the leaves changing. It's wonderful.
It's an amazing feeling just to make it back home after spending so much time overseas. It's heartwarming.
It's just a labor of love, and it's a volunteer, and I get a lot out of it.
Operation Welcome Home Maryland greets service members who return from overseas and averages about 4 Welcome Home events every week. But that grand welcome is just the first step and really a long process for veterans to reacclimate to civilian life. The unemployment rate among post-9/11 vets is about 7.2%. That's all according to the U.S. Labor Bureau. And now a local group is offering a fellowship program for those service members. Much like this Rosedale property,
they've been out there a long time.
the people who need it most could be easily missed.
I'm very excited to have them move in and see it for the first time for themselves.
But not if you're Sheila Helgerson.
So we've been serving homeless men for a long time, and we've been wanting to do a second project.
She's showing off the inside of United Ministries Prospect Place, second to Earl's Place in the city. It's housing for chronically homeless men, a home in all sense of the word, both inside and out.
This was overgrown bushes and weeds. It didn't look anything like this.
That's where Leslie Primo comes in.
Were you a little overwhelmed by the amount of work?
I was, and there were dark clouds swirling overhead, and we actually did most of it through a thunderstorm.
Not enough to stop her group because nothing ever has. They are Mission Continues, veterans assembled in 54 cities continuing to serve long after leaving service.
When I got out of the military, I sort of felt like there was something missing, and I've done a lot of volunteer organizations, and when I heard about the Mission Continues, I thought, this is beautiful. This is win-win for everyone.
This is them in New York, working again. Every bag of mulch, every stone, the weight that veterans carry, finding their role back in civilian life.
Our tenets are to work hard and have fun, respect one another, live and grow with each other and through our shared experiences in the military.
Their battle plan is two-pronged. The platoon strategy finds an area's need like Prospect Place's landscaping. The other, a 6-month fellowship for post-9/11 veterans.
The fellowship serves to help them bridge that gap between the skills that they procured in the military and, of course, their strong work ethic.
Helgerson saw that ethic at work.
They are such troopers, truly troopers.
Troopers with plenty more missions to continue.
We are an asset to this country. We're not a liability. We have a ton to offer.
Now, perhaps one of the toughest conversations to have when it comes to our nation's veterans is one about mental health. Teams across the nation are working to remove the stigma, but with many vets working to recover from afflictions like post-traumatic stress disorder, the suicide rate among service members remains pretty high. A recent report from the Department of Defense reveals that 99 active and reserve military members took their own lives just in the first quarter of this year alone. Joining me now to talk more about suicide prevention, Nicole Jones. Obviously a sensitive and really a tragic topic to talk about, but it's real.
It is real.
Talk a little bit about these numbers. We were talking earlier. 22 veterans a day?
22 veterans a day. The alarming thing is that suicide is a national crisis.
Yeah.
The statistics show that 40,000 people die each year. But for us at the VA, what's most alarming is 1 in every 5 is a veteran.
Wow.
And so our program really aims to talk to veterans about the risks for suicide, talk to families about the warning signs, and also provide access to care at the VA.
You mentioned warning signs. What should a family look out for if they had someone who came home not, recently, I guess?
In particular, we hear from families a lot of times that their loved one is just different than when they went to serve. And some of the things that they mention is they talk a lot about death. They may have chronic medical issues as a result of their deployment, but they may have untreated mental health or substance abuse issues, and that can be the foundation that can trigger suicidal thinking. Some of the other risk factors include a family history of suicide, you know, just unable to work, as you talked about, unemployment, or maybe they're still awaiting their disability, the process. And so that can be really overwhelming for these families who really want to get back into transitioning back to their position that they were in before.
Yeah, and I'm guessing there's some people out there who recognize warning signs and problems, but it's tough for them to come forward and say, listen, I have a problem. Is that what you run into?
Yeah, there's a lot of stigma associated with mental health issues,
Yeah.
in particular suicide. And so we want our veterans to know it takes the courage of a warrior to seek help. And we really encourage them to come and let us know what's going on, because what can happen is once they get engaged in treatment, they can start feeling a lot better. They can manage those symptoms and they can really function more in their jobs and in the communities.
Can some of that help start at home, or should they call a professional immediately, would you think?
It could start at home. I mean, we really do believe that the family members are the ones that see the changes probably first, and really having that conversation with your loved one to say, let's call the Veterans Crisis Line. Let's reach out for help because something's not right, and that's really important. And so we want to make sure that all of our veterans know, and the family members know, that they can reach out to the Veterans Crisis Line, which is 1-800-273-TALK, and they can actually ask for help.
Okay.
And connect with the local VA and engage in services.
And we'll put that number online. Nicole, thank you so much for coming
Thank you.
by. We
Thanks for
appreciate
having
it. Not done just yet, still ahead. If you know someone who needs help, there's that number there, 800-273-8255.